So I don't know if you saw last night, Gandalf, but I took your advice and I infused a heavy gem into the curved greatsword.
Yeah, it gets like A scaling with that, and it just loses the deck scaling entirely.
I had to change my armor a bit around though because this thing's fucking heavy.
For whatever reason, its scaling actually gets worse if you make it sharp. Like, even if you're going a dex build, it has higher dex scaling if you make it refined.
That's weird. Alright, let me know when you summon Spook, and then I'll warp over and put my sign down.
He went to get something out of the oven, so the sun's not even down.
Oh, okay. I really, I really had to like manage my armor because I'm like right on the dot 70%, so I can still mid roll.
Yeah, it'll get easier once we get stuff like the, like Havel's ring.
Although I was looking it up, and apparently Havel's ring is nowhere near as good as it was in 1 and 2.
It's because there's like 3 Havel's rings.
Uh, well, even the plus versions, like the basic one does 15% extra weight, but the plus 3 only does like plus 19%.
Yeah, the plus rings don't really do that much more.
And like in 1 and 2, it was a flat 50% extra space, extra capacity.
Yeah. Anyhow, what's up? Where am I going? What are we doing?
Farron Keep.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for Gandalf to summon you. Then I'll warp over, and then he can summon me after he uses his dried finger.
Okay, so that's past the 2 NPCs that I haven't fought because I never went over
Yeah.
there. Right? Yeah. Okay.
The one that has a giant club, he will heal. Just so you're aware.
Yeah. Classic.
So I heard we're going through the poison shithole already.
I
Yeah, but
hope
it
so.
basically doesn't matter because poison doesn't do damage. This place is more just boring than anything.
Ah.
Alright.
Ashen
Well, that's the
Mind.
club guy dead. I was immediately invaded even though I'm in this swamp, though.
You shouldn't be invaded. Oh wait, were you invaded by the NPC? Maybe they can.
I don't think the NPC is named Twitching Dick.
It might be. But you shouldn't be unless they made that change. Like,
There's
which to
got
be
a...
fair, they probably should have because the boss cutting off invasions here made the Wolf Covenant basically worthless.
Yeah.
Now I am certain when the game came out,
They're using the ring that makes them appear human. So that's kind
defeating
of funny.
the Crystal Sage turned off invasions there. Because people were complaining about how they joined the Wolf Covenant and it was already unusable.
Nice.
I don't really care to do anything about this. I just walked up to them and let them kill me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the Wolf Covenant is still way worse than it was in the first game.
I'm a little disappointed in the range on this thing though. Like, it looks like
It's the shortest of the Kirk races.
Yeah. Like, I was expecting a much bigger range, but no. You really gotta get up in someone's grill to hit anyone with this thing.
How can you even get the ring that makes you look human? Well, that's the spirit.
Just buy it. I think you get it from the crow.
The guy has to die, and then I think the woman sells it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Yuria sells it.
Okay.
Oh, and you can
Go down this ladder, and there should just be. Here it is.
Goodbye. Oh, this.
You got it from a crow in the
Okay, so
second game.
I just put my sign down next to this bonfire.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm coming.
And you got it from the crow in the second game from one of those items that give you a random item.
Also, they will.
Yeah, that was.
You can't just give a whole bunch of firebombs to keep getting Titanite. They only take one.
Crow is always a one-time deal each time.
Alright, so let me know when Spook is summoned, and I'll put my sign down.
He's summoned.
Okay, sign's down.
He's using the drive picker.
Except for the RNG thing from Till.
Yeah, except for the RNG thing, which I think you can get multiples of the same crap. Which makes the RNG thing even better. I mean, none of the things you could actually get from that were good. This is just a big open area with items everywhere, so... Nice, the ragged mask.
So somewhere in this place is the lightning spear that you're looking for?
Yeah, but I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
Pretty spent one. So there you go. There's some enemies in this swamp that I don't know.
Hey, Spook.
Hmm?
I am complete now.
Waiting for my poison to go down. Even if it's basically 0 damage. I'd rather not be constantly taking it.
Right.
These things have just too much health in 3-player for me to kill them with Great Heavy Soul. I remember going through this whole
Fuck it,
swamp.
at this part just say screw it and get poisoned.
Oh, here comes
Oh,
cereal.
That's fine.
I ain't fighting you in poison.
You know what? I should have thought about buying some of the poison items.
I bought a few. But I'll just live with it. Oh, there he is over there. He's a-coming. I see his HP ticking because of the poison.
What a great area, loved by all.
Hey, it's these guys.
Very good. Hello.
Alright, let's get this over with. Ow.
Someone got a good hit. What's up here?
I failed to stop him.
No! Ratman lives. Look at him ratting all over the place. You guys are using the same weapon.
Should I put my sign down in the same spot, Gandalf?
Yeah.
Alright. It's down.
Got him.
Oh, did you beat Serial?
Rest in peace. Or whoever that mysterious rat man was.
He could be anybody.
Part of me feels like I should unsummon you to get unpoisoned, but also screw it.
Only you prepared the... Is it a miracle to remove poison, or is it a sorcery? We probably don't have access to it either way.
Once I have a longer range weapon, Serial, you're really gonna get it. And can actually hold it, and not have to be weighed down by it.
Oh yeah, this is Deep Swamp. You know, this is a great place to have a dagger. As long as you don't care about your focus points.
Oh boy.
And of course, the perfect enemy to put in a place like this.
Of course. Why not?
Can phantoms get cursed?
Yes. Or rather, the status builds, I don't know if it would
I
actually
think you
apply
just
to-
instantly die.
Yeah.
It's applied.
You probably don't actually get the permanent buff. If that's still a thing?
It is.
Nice. I think in Dark Souls 1, the poison cure was actually a sorcery instead of a miracle
I'm pretty sure it was.
for some reason. Is that the actual...
What?
Yeah. Alright, I gotta go get the door. You guys, keep me alive.
Well, that's...
Ooh.
It's gonna be down to Spook since I seem to have died in one hit.
I was looking at spell descriptions. I saw so much stuff talking about Hazel's pit. Now we're being invaded by Gandalf Hazel. But I don't... Actual NPC summon, or invaders bonfires usually already close by, aren't they? Hi, Gandalf. It's a good thing this was an NPC, because there's no way a real person would have let you live.
Uh,
A real person might have.
He, like, tried to go for you, but wasn't quite able. Did he drop Hazel's pick?
I got my sign
Yeah.
down again, for the record.
And the Xanthos crown, which is funny because you can get the Xanthos crown from giving an item to the crow.
I guess we should go back for Almi.
Don't
Is
you?
there a thing here?
Isn't it the crown that you have to trade for some item?
Well,
Maybe you
it's
should
that.
put out the fire here and then we should go back for Almi. Right?
Do what now?
Because Omi's dead, but the torch is right here.
Yeah, that enemy seemed to kill me in one hit, but I also didn't. I was also ticking down from poison, so that probably had something to do with it. Nice, Estus shard. I'm just trying to explore the area a bit.
Right, I don't remember where all these are.
There's an item tucked here. Also, one of them was like right next to where I fought Sirius, but I don't know.
I guess we gotta go back.
It
Hold
might
it.
be possible to find them by looking up for the giant bonfires, but I don't know how line of sight actually works out for that.
These guys need to calm down a little.
Oh, I don't really want to go this way.
Yeah, I don't know what way you went to not want to go.
I went down the stairs.
Oh, it's those guys. I don't like those.
So what does putting out these towers do?
Gets you to the boss.
Oh.
I was just gonna run past them. And just try and get to the bonfire. Which I'm not sure I'm actually going the right way, but...
I didn't even know there was another bonfire.
No, I'm trying to get back to the bonfire.
Oh, yeah, you're going the wrong way.
You know what? I got a better idea. You unsummon yourself, and I'm just gonna homeward bomb.
I unsummoned myself for you.
Oh, cool. Oh, I went back to Firelink because it's the first option for some reason. Yeah, but I don't care about getting those bonfires. It still would have been faster to just teleport. I'll get them later. Or it would have been faster if I had remembered that filing shrine's always the default option. Okay, I'm back at the bonfire.
Okay, my sign should be just in front of the doorway.
I now have enough dex for this rapier, but not enough strength. I have sign.
I gotta go get a drink.
Okay. Do you know which way Gandalf intends to go?
We're going back to where those big goat dudes are.
Oh, okay.
That's to the right then.
Because I need to go up that elevator. Which I think I can go up with Phantom.
One of the fires is just like right there in front of us. Some stuff in there. I can't tell what the other one is.
That's not important right now. We'll get it later.
Yeah, the dagger's quick step isn't really slowed down by the knock.
Oh. There was an item here. Oh no, he just dropped a monster. I don't know what that does.
I think it's resistance. To something.
First build up is so slow in this game.
This place, yeah.
We're going back up the stairs.
What even are these things?
Enemies.
Grooves. That's what the game calls.
Oh.
How the hell do you get into this tower?
Oh,
Why
there's
don't you
a
come with us?
there's a big guy in the swamp over there.
Yes, those guys suck.
He looks scary.
I was waiting for you to use sorceries to grab this guy away from the poison.
Where'd you go?
The wrong way.
Hold on. Oh, there you are. Yep. Just follow this to the end of the other side.
Yeah. I didn't think we had any reason to go this way again. But
I even said we were going back up the stairs.
yeah, I thought you were just joking. What do you want me to hit?
The goat.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't even matter. He aggroes from
Yeah.
forever away.
That was why I attacked him last time, because he was already going after you.
Stone
His
Great
stones
Shield.
Also do significantly less of his max health with Omi here than when there were two of us.
These things are terrifying.
Yes.
Ow.
When they do that. And, you know, we're in an area where...
Another Stone Great Shield. There's a ton of items over on this side.
I think I see another giant goat man over there in the distance. I think I remember a spot with an item with multiple of these guys just standing next to it in the mud.
Yeah. And I feel like I remember the item not being worth it.
Nothing could be.
You know, we just went in a circle around this.
Yeah, we did. I went around the other way because I thought you were trying to get into this tower, so I figured
The tower will
probably
come
was
with
just on the
time.
other side. But there is no way into this tower. This thing has no
Tower.
entrance. Is that like the health regen?
Yeah.
Does it offset the poison, or does it still like drop significantly?
No, it offsets the poison.
Oh, nice.
Poison doesn't do damage in this game. This ain't Dark Souls 2. Back to being Dark Souls 1, where poison's a minor annoyance.
I see.
Was there an item underneath this thing? There's another one of these that had an item underneath it.
Well, there's another ramp just directly opposite this.
Probably that. This is another fun enemy. It's Bloodborne Werewolf 2.
Oh boy.
Luckily, these ones don't have much health. Hey, the generic greatsword.
Does this thing drop?
What?
There's like a weird undulation
No.
thing here. Okay. Spook is gone.
I thought I had my shield on.
This part mostly reminds me of the oh, behind us, Gandalf. The bog from Demon Souls.
Am I allowed to go up here? Looks like it, okay. But I guess we should go get Spook back.
I think I remember hearing there's an invisible wall around here somewhere, Gandalf.
There is, I don't remember exactly.
You don't have to get me back.
We do. Right here, no. This one. This crystal lizard.
I'd rather spend as little time in this area as possible. So,
Right here.
I encourage getting what you're looking for and not coming back for me unless you're in the area.
Oh, goodbye, You weren't at the elevator.
I was exploring.
There ain't nothing for you to explore. You can't even see if there's anything there.
True enough.
You can see that there's a corpse.
Oh, I was stuck in the wall.
Oh.
A tragic fate.
Hey, it's you again.
Oh, I just got a poison gem.
Oh boy.
What's funny is this guy's moveset is a lot more dangerous than all the variations of him in Dark Souls and Demon Souls were.
So I believe his soul is how you get Havel's ring.
It is. Now, isn't this where Lightning Spear was supposed to be?
There's a ledge over here.
Right.
I don't know if
It's over on that side.
I don't know if it has what you're looking for, but I know there's items.
Yeah, it should be over there.
Great sword.
And I got the Great Axe, which is something I've been trying to get.
It's a shame the great axes visually don't look too good in this game. Over here.
Well, I love the Demon Great Axe.
Well, the demon great axe looks good. It's just that most of them don't look too good.
And I always like the baseline Great Axe.
Oof. That's a long way down.
I'll probably be using the
Oh!
Dragon Slayer Great Axe.
Gandalf, be careful! You nearly backstepped.
I would never. Yeah, there's two crystal lizards here.
There's one. And there's two.
If only this was Demon Souls, where they would disappear permanently.
No.
Yeah, oh, hey, I see the spot where there's 3 of the goats huddled around one item in the mud.
Oh, there's another one.
Find out what that item is. Hey, a heavy gem. We haven't gotten to the area that will show Ami what this place is, which she probably already guessed anyways.
A swamp.
Bro, a firebomb.
It's one of the dead dudes. Oh, we're back here. It did look similar.
Right. I got the important stuff. Lightning spear.
Are we back at the Undead Settlement?
No.
Oh. It kind of looked like it. So I'm practically dead and I have no more Estus. So what should we do?
We'll keep exploring for as long as you can live. And then I'll homeward bone and summon you builds back up.
That sounds good to me.
The Elite Knight set should be around here.
Found a bonfire. Not sure what that means. The door's here.
Undead Boneshard. There's the door. Well, at least I'm pretty sure they had Elite Knight says somewhere in this area. Unless I'm going crazy.
Undead Boneshard in this giant pile of slugs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, more crabs.
Go up that ladder.
Oh, and the giant is... I forgot the giant can shoot arrows over here. Right, because there's a white tree over here.
I'm
So
gonna.
our friend was trying to help us kill the crab.
I'm gonna be dead any second now, Gandalf.
That's quitter talk.
And
Stand near
Gandalf
me.
will heal you.
Stand near me. Stop running from me, you son of a... You ain't leaving yet? No, you ain't done yet. I will drag your corpse through this area.
Please let me die. Nah, it's cool.
I got the Ulasteel crown. I don't want to be stuck getting the last items from this horrible place alone.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You can run again. Oh.
Oh, we're here. We're at the spot. Ow.
Green Chaser's ashes.
He killed the mushroom dudes.
The Sage's Scroll.
Oh. That
This is where you leave a red soap sign message, but I think I didn't buy the red soapstone.
Good.
So I can't leave a message.
Goodbye, cruel world.
People will vote it up, and you'll get free Estus. Hey, what was the item around the 3 dudes?
I don't know.
You didn't go get it? Am I crazy enough to try alone? Baba Booey. I was crazy. We gotta go get my souls back.
Oh, you died? Oh.
Did you find out what it was?
Cereal just told me it was Ferris's bone.
Hold on, I'm gonna spend these souls, then I'll be right back. I also got an Estes shard, so I can probably just go ahead and use that.
Bro, I have one of those as well.
Welcome. Very well.
Does this demon have any other enemies near him? Or is he alone?
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
What, the stray demons?
Yeah.
No. He's alone.
Ashen One. Welcome. Very well. Then taken. Farewell, Ashen
Soul
Maiden.
of the stray demon.
Dang, even two-handing it, I can't use the Great Axe yet. That's fine.
Just wasn't he? Pretty be careful.
Okay, coming back to put my sign down. Sign's down.
Alright, I gotta do one thing real quick. Oh, I went on the wrong chat. I gotta get my ring. Oh, I went on the wrong chair again.
Lightning spear. Finally, I can use miracles.
Oh, I don't have the souls because I died.
Do you have any
I-
item souls you can use?
yeah.
Another crystal lizard?
There's like 3 crystal lizards up there. Oh man, instead of Havel's Ring, I could get Boulder Heave.
Oh man.
I wish it was a sorcery. I would get it.
It's a cool spell with very, very limited actual usefulness. I
That's the
might
best
be able to
kind.
use a real shield now without being too heavy. Oh, no, I can't use the Stone Great Shield. No real shield for me. Alright, I'm heading back to Farron Keep.
Why does FromSoft like poison shitholes so much?
Because they're cool. I didn't mind the one in Demon Souls.
Well, Demon Souls wasn't too bad.
I mean, it was probably the most annoying. Which
well-
I feel like is what you have to do for a poison area.
Well,
Blighttown was just kind of boring, and then the second Dark Souls 2 area was just a travesty.
Yeah, you got Earthen Peak, the area after that, and then you have the gutter.
And Black Gulch. Earthen Peak was okay. Black Gulch was trash.
That Gulch barely even existed.
This area though is it's even worse. Like it's just boring.
It's really big.
Okay, I dried finger. Where's the spook?
Wait, why would you do that?
We haven't
Why
been
would you-
getting invaded here, so you know whatever.
Yeah, but you know I'm nowhere near that, right?
Classic
What bonfire are
spook,
you even
just
at?
the first one.
Okay, we'll walk back there.
Now, the problem is, do you know how to get back to where you died?
Let's not worry about that kind of stuff.
Okay, put down sign.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't have any idea where... I mean, I know the area we were, but I don't know how to get back to it easily.
Oh, it isn't the elite knight set you get here. You can just get the generic ass knight set somewhere in here. Who cares then? Right, it was the Dark Souls 1 version of this place. Dark Root Garden or whatever that you got.
The initial bog wasn't so bad, which was at the Tower of Latvia, but then the actual marsh was pretty bad, yeah.
Very good.
I'm sure I'll be able to find it if we get over to the door. And we need to light bonfire or turn off lamps
Yeah,
anyway.
one of them's right over there.
Is there anything? I already got whatever. It's okay. See, if you don't explore this place, you can easily get through it without ever getting poisoned. This path just goes straight to the door, doesn't it? Oh, he dropped something. It could be super valuable.
It could be.
A poison gem.
Nice. Now you can make a poison weapon. On account of how good poison is.
I think the other bonfire is right up here.
It's right here, yeah.
Did I see an item? Yeah. Yeah.
And in fact, over there is where the three guys are. They're next to this bonfire.
Oh, I see him.
You know what? I think because I was a dex build, I had a bow. And so I was able to kind of deal with this, and the reward you got from it was a pretty good bow.
Oh yeah, no, it's a really
As a
good
dex
bow,
character, this is a situation that you can kind of deal with and benefit from. As any other kind of character.
Well, no, anything with range can easily deal with it.
Not if you need to actually aim.
You don't need to aim sorceries.
The spell range is not that good.
It's good enough. I was able to pull them with firebombs.
I try to break all these things because I'm like making a path.
Where are your actual... Where's your blood?
By those 3 dudes. So, let's start going over them after we kill these guys. I saw that.
Yeah, it's fucking impossible if you can't walk on it.
Excuses, excuses.
Walk on range is great.
Alright, where's the 3 dudes?
Over there.
They are indeed over there.
Oh, the big goat dudes?
Yeah. And now we can kill them because we're all together.
I think your spell fizzled out of lit. Oh.
I can't tell if it's fizzling or if I'm missing because this is awful. I think I'm missing. Or I think it's fizzling out and I'm missing. There's no spot
cowards
to try and...
didn't come down here to kill them with me.
No, I was trying to figure out where the closest place was.
Alright, go to the door.
Did you get your things?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good. What are they guarding anyway?
Barris's
No.
bow.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
More bird people. That means more chances for your cool staff to show up. Hey, the Corvian Great Knight.
Oh, damn it. I thought it was going to be the staff.
No. Oh, isn't it you drop down here to get Henri's sword? Or like from around here? Or not the... Is it Henri's sword or is it the Astora's Rage? I don't remember.
There's a bunch of dudes over here.
Yeah, they're all standing in front of the boss door.
Oh, this is where you drop down. I'm not gonna go get it because I don't care about a dumpster. No, the great knife is for fucking assholes that are bitches.
Oh shit.
Fuck you, Vine. I oughta whoop your ass.
Oh. Shouldn't we let sleeping dogs lie? I guess not.
Did you see that massive damage I just did?
Did it do any?
Did 31 damage. Oh, whoops, I missed.
Oh,
What? What just happened?
What?
you just reposted it.
I didn't know that was the thing for
Oh,
those. Also, it
get-
teleported me to the opposite side of it.
Gandalf, wait, open this door. It's a It's a shortcut!
It's a shortcut to an area I'm never going back to.
Oh, well okay.
But it's your
This-
favorite area.
This swamp and the non-poison version that door leads back to are dead to me.
Okay. You're the boss.
Ferris's bone.
This bonfire would not help me get Ferris's bow anyways.
if you do enough damage to an enemy spook and it like recoils, then you get a chance for like a backstab.
I think I remember from some enemies, but I didn't know. Yeah?
You know, I think what the issue is that the Saint's Talisman does like negative damage.
What is the spell adjust on?
See, that's the problem. You can only see spell buff, which is not the same thing.
Isn't it?
Nope.
I thought it was spell buff times an amount for the spell. This probably wasn't necessary to do. But
No,
maybe
he
was
had to
not an
die.
item.
He wasn't. This one was, though. Black bug pellets.
That's super important.
What is that? Dark resist?
Pretty sure, yeah. Oh, there's an item. Oh, just a cracked red eye or nothing.
This sign says try lightning.
Okay.
This sign also says try lightning.
I have no Estus left, by the way.
That's fine.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna try lightning.
I like the music here. It's depressing. I don't like the implications of this. Oh boy.
You can get this weapon. Oh, see, that lightning did a ton to it.
Before Karthus, we gotta go to the Cathedral of the Deep, which is back with the Crystal Sage. Alright, I'm gonna go level up, and I'll go back to the Farron Keep bonfire.
Same.
And I already have bonfires, so I think Homie should summon next.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta turn in these. Did you get the
Welcome
ashes
home.
from the elevator tower?
Very well,
Yeah.
then take them.
Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I don't know what she sells now because of it. Hidden Blessing, I think.
Is something to trade.
Traded the crow for a carving.
Aren't I supposed to get new?
Oh fuck. Do I need to get this instead of leveling up? The answer is yes.
What?
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Oh, I got the lift key. I can go do the optional Dark Wraith mini boss. No, I just beat up your friends. What do you guys say about that?
I can reinforce my leather shield with poison, which makes all of its defenses worse, but adds poison to hitting someone with it if I main hand it.
Yeah.
Oh, and goodbye. Oh, this
You sound like you think that's not a great idea.
Hey Gandalf, where can you buy that red soapstone you were talking about? Or where do you
Probably
get
just
it?
from the Shrine Maiden.
Oh.
Or not. I don't know where you get it.
Yeah, she doesn't sell it. At least not at the moment.
Maybe you start with it and leaving messages is...
Oh well, it's not important. I'm going back
The
to
red
Farron.
one is for PvPing. I think it's orange or something.
Alright,
I'm going back to Farron Keep.
Oh yeah, you could just leave messages default. You didn't need an item in this one. In the previous ones you needed the orange soap done.
And I will put down my sign.
Alright, let me know when you're here, Gandalf, and I'll use my dried finger. I've got slightly better armor now that I have even more vitality, but, I still can't wear a hat. Otherwise...
You
You're
only
not
need to
wearing
get-
anything in your helmet slot?
What's that?
You're not
I
wearing anything in your helmet?
Nothing that'll matter. I can wear a sorcerer hood.
Put something
You
on.
you get a just 10% increase the damage for every open armor slot you have. In 3. Why? No one will ever know.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter then. I got the armor I have on does have okay defense.
I've got a new hat.
It's a very big.
Sage's big hat.
It sure
It
is.
is. I
I'm
paid
wearing that
10,000
too.
souls for this.
So did I. It's unfitting given that I'm not a sage, but no one will know. I gotta upgrade this axe a little bit. There we go.
Someone just invaded. He XD. Must be an
Is that
NPC.
Vice? Dude, that sounds like a Vice name to me.
Well, he can trudge through the swamp to get to
He's
us.
coming from over here.
Oh,
Just see him there. Is that Vice?
probably not.
Help me. Help me.
There are my signs now.
Very good. I'm sorry.
Oh, he stopped when we started throwing down the stones.
Alright, I used the dried finger.
He's just standing there after I threw the stones down.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Oh, he had to bind his yell. He just tried to kick my shield. Oh wow, that's got longer range than I thought it looked like. Sorry, Vice.
Alright, so I started to explore that way, but, I guess we should probably go along the poison road. I have an
The goal
act.
of this area is to put out 3 fires.
Alright, so I've put out one so far on my own.
If you like look up towards the skybox, you can sometimes see the bonfires at the top, but only if there's not a million trees in the way. Oh shit, it's Vice.
We should probably retreat then. Unless you want to try to get to the next part of the land.
We'll see him coming. He'll get poisoned.
Also, honestly, the invader is probably a greater disadvantage in this terrain than us, but I got cursed.
Alright, back to the thing.
I like it.
Do I need to use the dried finger again?
No.
You should have like a debuff under your bar for the dried finger.
Okay. I just gotta wait
We're
for...
at a disadvantage. This guy has quick step.
Oh fuck, he's using the dagger's quick step.
Is your sign down, Spook?
Yeah, I put
Okay.
it in the doorway, but I don't know if it'll let you.
I'm gonna die.
No, Gandalf!
These guys use a poison weapon too. I'm trying this cutscene. cutscene doesn't get rid of my sign.
It's okay, I'm dead too.
Dang.
He riposted me and then killed me in one hit. That's okay, I've got embers.
Ooh, I tightened my shoulders. I'm glad these just kind of drop now. 'Cause you need so many of them to upgrade things. Being summoned. Ooh. Razor's gonna be so jealous.
Hey, Razor can't complain because he wanted to play with Dark Souls 2 last year. And when I offered to play with him, he was like, oh, no, never mind, I changed my mind.
I was just making an isekai joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Gandalf. I mean, hell, I bought Dark Souls 2 because he wanted someone to co-op with. But, that's when Gandalf took over.
Correct.
Okay.
I see a fire over there, but I mean, I don't know how many things in this swamp you want to find.
I mean, I'd like to try to get as much as possible.
Yeah. And the elevator area has some stuff. Your weapon is a little bit less damaging than your eyes. I wonder why that is. What if it has anything to do with being a +2 raw rapier?
It might. Oh!
Couldn't you still sprint in Poison in Dark Souls 1?
Yeah.
Like, it was reduced speed, but you could still move faster.
Yeah, but in this you just have to roll. Or quick step if you have a dagger.
Ow.
It's the guy who killed Omi in one shot.
Alright, so
This is the NPC who dropped something that's supposed to be good for sorcerers.
He drops a pick that can be used to cast miracles.
People constantly talk about what spells can be true combo out of Hazel's pick.
So is this cutscene the same every time?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'll skip it then.
Technically, the third one probably shows the door opening, but
Oh. Rusted gold coin.
I mean, Hazel will eventually find us. I think.
he found you eventually when you were AFK, because that's when you went AFK.
There he is.
Hey, buddy.
He's got aggravated. Look, he just cast a sorcery.
It's not Avalon, it's just a crossbow.
Oh.
Cool.
I just assume any crossbow that gets used would be Avalon.
I need I think you get it in the Grand Archives. I need Avalon. You get like 3 Titanite scales for giving it to the crow.
Alright, so where would be the best place to go first for items? Well, there's one here.
The only super important things would be the Undead Boneshard and Estus Shard that are in here.
Especially the Boneshard. Which I
I
found.
think
but I
is
don't know
the
where
Undead
it is.
Boneshard I think is right over here.
Oh, there's a pot of soup here.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Almost
Boneshard's
there.
over here.
Midnight's over there.
I'm coming. I found the Nameless Knight set.
Nice. Oh, hey, we're over here. There's bonfires.
Did you already get the Estus Shard here?
I did get an Estus Shard, yes.
Okay. Let's go get you the Havel's ring item.
Yeah, boy. You both have very big hats.
Thank you.
I got wolf blood something.
It's the item used for leveling up the Wolf Covenant.
Oh. Alright, so I should break that invisible wall first.
Yeah. Okay, you know where it is. Huh. I think phantoms aren't allowed to.
So the... At least they made
You
it...
idiots later.
No.
At least they made it... At least they made it so that, you... All you have to do is attack the wall in this game, where, like, in Dark Souls 2, you had to interact with it.
Yeah.
Hey there, wolf boy.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe Stray Demon got to be in another game.
Whoa, whoa, this is Vanguard Demon getting to be in another game.
My source was missed because I pulled off that sick jump.
Oh no, he's eating boulders.
Bless you.
What a noisy death he has.
There's a lot of noisy creatures in this game.
Yeah.
Anything over here? No.
The big hat comes with a, like, Plague Doctor bird mask. I don't remember Logan wearing one of those.
His head is the Crystal Sage's head.
Oh,
Very good. Very good.
oh, hey, and the other bonfire's right next door to this. And you can clearly see all three of them from up here.
Oh, Gandalf, weren't those mushroom dudes around here somewhere?
I don't even remember where they are. Spook's the one that needs to go there. They have a scroll for him.
What do they have?
They have the Sage's scroll.
Oh. That sounds important.
Which way were they?
There is that
This
bridge.
way, I guess.
There is that bridge over there I haven't gone to.
It's fucked up.
They were near a giant crab, I know that.
Oh, hey, a great sword. Perfect.
You
oh.
did go and talk to the giant, right?
Who, me? Yeah.
Okay, good. Because he shoots arrows at us again. Now, which...
Following you as if you know where you're going.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Ami went in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
I saw an item, so I went for it.
I think I saw a glance of Omni over here. And I see the invader over here.
Yep.
He put, I think he just used some lightning resin.
He sure did. He's got a lot of
Dawn's
HP.
armor?
He's probably wearing a piece of something.
I feel like he's also very laggy.
I'm gonna go unlock the bonfire. So if I die...
Okay. He's poisoned now.
He's coming through. Oh no, he's just running around.
This guy is very advanced. Oh fuck, here comes the other dark spirit.
This isn't good.
Is he up there?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh no!
That's unfortunate. Because now I have to go all the way back to the start.
No, didn't you light the bonfire at the top of the wolf tower?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's the Keep Ruins one, right?
Yeah. The one where the wolf is.
Oh, I thought you lit the other one. That isn't where the wolf is.
I was going to, but then another invader showed up and I didn't want to deal with him. At least we're not too far away.
Where am I? Where am I?
The Old Wolf of Farron is the spot.
Alright, my sign's down.
Where was the entrance? Must be here. Where am I gonna find the Sage's Scroll? I have a sign down.
Oh, let me use my dried finger. Alright. Alright, so I guess we should probably try to get back to where I died.
Yeah.
That was over this way, right?
Mm. Good question.
Man, what the hell? When we went here with Gandalf, we didn't get any invasions.
They were all scared of Big Mike.
I guess.
I don't know where you died, because everywhere in this swamp looks the same.
I'm pretty sure this was the wrong way. This is the way me and Spook went.
Oh, that's a goat, dude. I don't want to deal with that.
He put fire on his weapon. fuck, that's right.
Do you want to just ignore him? We can't ignore him.
I don't know, me and him are spinning right now.
Oh, I feel bad for that then.
Alright.
I'm tempted to say you should ignore him and find your bloodstain, but I don't know where that's gonna be.
It's by the path leading up to the bonfire. Before the boss.
Which way is that? I'll stand here staring at this guy. Lead only to victory.
Could be actually around here.
I did die around here, but where the hell are my souls? Oh, it's way over... Oh, right, because I chased after him.
Alright, let's go light that other bonfire.
Is it safe to do it while you're fighting someone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it forces that guy to watch the cutscene too.
Okay, you're gonna watch the cutscene with us then, dude. Just for you.
Did you get your souls?
I did.
Okay. That's good.
Congratulations, buddy. You're gonna watch this cutscene with us.
Maybe this scene has a little bit. I don't know. Nope, it doesn't show you the dudes beating the shit out of each other. It would have been fun playing with this guy though. Oh shit, I think he realized that I'm just here wasting his time and started going somewhere else. Yeah, he's trying to get towards you guys again now.
Oh, there he is. He's cutting us off.
Alright,
He
well...
was trying to, but he got kind of lost. He's having to go around the other way.
Hey, buddy.
Very good.
That probably hates me. Because I basically just kept going back up to the top of the bridge and then jumping off the end of it.
Ow.
Ha!
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, you were at least saying I'm sorry. I said very good.
I was spamming I'm sorry at him while he was throwing firebombs at me and I wasn't even dodging them.
Oh, it's this...
Oh, hey, it's the other guy. You want to just go run into the boss? Oh, wait, we're a little bit distance from the boss. You want to just mad dash straight to the boss and unsummon this asshole? You can kill the crystal lizard by yourself, right?
You went after the slugs instead. are my resources? I'm okay with this.
Was that the same little gazebo where the bone shard was?
Yeah.
Oh.
This guy can drop the staff. Did he drop it?
He didn't drop anything.
Right, there is another bonfire here.
Right.
Oh, someone else is invading.
7349. What an original name.
Now we could just run straight to the boss.
We could.
But then we wouldn't have our help killing the adult grizzlies.
Tommy need help killing that. Alright, stand back. You know, lightning spear doesn't do much damage, but I'm also pretty sure these guys just have massive lightning resistance.
Great magic weapon. Oh, hey there, buddy.
I
Oh.
hope it's both of them.
Oh boy.
Oh shit, they teamed up. He's got the ring that makes him turn invisible when he dodges.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have that at this point.
I died. I didn't think he would swing twice. He's coming in hot. On the plus side, he thinks he can parry two-handed big weapons.
Ugh!
Did you guys win?
No,
Did you guys lose?
I died.
Did Ami win?
Unlikely. We got this guy really low a bunch of times, but...
Hey, they were at least nice. They bowed and clapped.
Yeah.
They could have been complete absols. So I can respect that.
Like us.
Yeah. Alright, just come to the...
I just
Hold
went
on.
down this ladder.
Farron Keep perimeter bonfire.
Does Spook have that one?
No.
Oh, should I go to the other one then?
Ruins, then? You have Keep Ruins, right?
I have that, but I'm not at any bonfire at the moment. I'm going after my third torch.
Let me go get my souls back real quick then.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with you guys. Hey, soul!
And Spook can just go get the Sage's scroll on his own. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
I don't
that...
remember where it is. What?
Nothing. It's alright. I was gonna say if that the one surrounded by the, three dudes, but you told me that was the bow.
No, it's the one that was by the mushrooms, but I don't remember where they are.
Am I dead?
Are you dead?
No. They have a grab.
Who?
The fucky dudes.
The goats?
Yeah.
Of course, every large enemy in this game has a grab.
Should I go to the ruins then, Gandalf?
That's where I am.
Okay, hold on.
And then we can stop after we do the boss for all three of us, and then
Hey,
next
so it's
time.
much harder to 1v1 as a mage with a weak weapon.
You should get a strong weapon.
What are those?
It only happened because you took sorcery and dex away from me.
Oh, actually, hold on. I should spend these souls before I die again. So I'll be back.
What? I died from that and he didn't even get hit?
Did you have an Did you have an invader?
No, I tried to plunge, well, the NPC, and I went to plunging attack him, and he took no damage, and I died.
Oh.
I had most of my health still. That didn't look like that tall of a drop. Fuck.
Now,
And I should apparently want to get his pick.
Nah, that's dumb.
Probably. But I would have to use an ember to be able to get him to invade again.
You know, I could just give you his pick. I don't need it.
Yeah.
The real question is if you wanted the Xanthos crown for whatever that trades for.
I don't think I care about that. Okay, maybe this is a higher drop than I thought it was.
No, it just gets you a lightning gem, so, you know, who cares?
Okay, so it doesn't give you anything.
Welcome. Very then taken.
Okay.
Farewell with me.
Extinguish the flame. Do I have... I think that was my third one. Oh, that's a goat right there. Hmm.
that just wasn't it.
Hold on a sec. I want to see... I could infuse this great sword with a heavy gem.
Okay, Saint's Talisman has spell buff of 60, so yeah, I think that doesn't do any damage.
Pretty be
Because
careful.
that's nothing.
I go.
Oh, Although it might say that for me because I lack the minimum faith requirement.
Do what now?
I think the Saint's Talisman might have terrible spell buff.
Pretty, I know.
Ah? Ashen one, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool.
Yeah, the Dark Souls games always do a weird thing where the best thing for casting talismans is usually the generic, or the best thing for casting miracles is usually the generic one that you got at the beginning of the game.
More's the pity. It must come from
Or there's like
most
one other
foolish
that's
indeed.
better than it.
Wouldst thou not agree?
But only if you have super high stats.
Yeah, I think in Dark Souls 1, the standard canvas talisman that clerics started with was the best casting tool for miracles up until 50 faith, where the Dark Moon talisman became slightly better.
Hey, lady, the lady's starting to sell infinite Titanite shards now. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Ashen one.
After you give her the next set of ashes.
Those ashes are, I think, also used to continue Ciri of the Sunless Realms questline.
Oh, should I not have given her these?
No, you give it to her. She'll show up again and you can talk to her about how you gave them to her.
Very well.
And it's implied that the ashes were her dad and that the Shrine Maiden is her mother.
Okay, I'm coming back to the ruins.
Okay. I have gotten the stuff that I needed to get. I am now using... Okay, so... Keep ruins?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I have a new rapier that might do even less damage because I'm pretty sure split damage is actually usually bad.
It's fine.
But, you know, it's got some item discovery on it.
Alright, let me know when your sign's down, Spook.
Oh yeah, I should put a sign down. Okay, I did that thing.
People act like split damage is a lot worse than it actually is. It's nowhere near as bad as they make it out to be. I was shitting on people when the game came out with my Chaos Hand Axe. That's like the opposite way of toolbars.
I know, I wanted to fight him.
How'd that work out for you?
Pretty cool, pretty well.
Did that guy heal himself? Oh! Whoa, there's a few guys here.
This seems a little slower than I remember.
I think I also am in fact doing slightly less damage than with the rock rapier.
Yeah, but at least this will gradually actually do damage, whereas the raw rapier is only going to be doing less from here on out.
Well, I could keep upgrading it towards plus 10.
And it would still not really keep up, because raw is for idiots. Clearly your staff dropped.
You know, now that I've got this item discovery buff.
Alright, my curved greatsword is still better than my regular greatsword at the moment, so I'll stick with it.
Is your regular greatsword made heavy?
Yes, and it's upgraded to +2.
This rapier is only plus 1. Although also, doesn't this only go to +5 probably?
Yeah. But they tend to have like more drastic increases between upgrades than
Yeah.
normal weapons do. Alright, I
What's
got a
this?
heal for you guys.
Like this is +1, the raw was +2, so they're the same amount through their upgrades.
What's even the point
Does
of...
Raw even go to plus? Doesn't Raw only go to +5?
You're thinking of Dark Souls Power.
What's even the point of raw infusion?
It's strong early game.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty...
Even then, if you actually have stats, it's usually not strong early game.
I see.
Like, it'll only be strong in that case on weapons that scale like shit anyways.
Some of which, in this, like, my base damage, not even counting scale, like, went down if I went to try and make the Mail Breaker raw, which is just dumb. But the Rapier jumped up for a bit. I was using it because I didn't have any strength or dex. But technically now I have dex from trying to use this Rapier that does less damage.
Also, yeah, I think that's another thing. The amount of damage it increases is also based on its base damage. So, low base damage weapons, like most dex weapons, benefit way less.
Man, this guy's cool.
Their weapon was a big meme weapon everyone used when the game came out.
Oh, really?
Yep, and then stopped using when they realized that that big flippy move where you spin around on the ground can be parried really easily. It doesn't have the benefit that normal ultra great swords have, which is you can't parry them when they're being two-handed because it's two-handed as a power stance with a dagger.
Magic.
Although I think you can't parry the paired ultra great sword weapons either. But maybe you can. Those are fucked up weapons.
There's also
But-
paired lances.
Is there?
Yeah,
Was that added in the DLC?
I don't think so.
There's paired spear, I don't think there's paired lance.
Or maybe it was spears.
There's paired hammers and they're actually really good. Paired katanas, paired swords, paired scythes in the first DLC.
This guy's so...
But where's the paired axes?
This guy's no match for your lightning.
It did say try lightning.
Alright, time to get him with my rapier. Ooh. I hit him once with the rapier and he died.
Actually, should we... Karthus just goes into the Izalith place, right? And then it dead ends?
You asking chat?
I'm asking you,
Don't ask me.
son of a
I'm-
bitch.
Kevin-
You know, you're just holding out on me.
You're supposed to realize that.
The Catacombs of Karthus. This place looks spooky.
Yeah, don't go in there yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and level.
Actually, I don't think it matters. Certain like characters, quest lines will progress if you progress too far in certain areas. But I think Karthus is only for Yule, and if you hadn't
Reach for
drawn out the
staff.
full strength, he would have died if you had gone in there.
Storyteller staff.
Right, Smoldering Lake doesn't lead into Era, so no, that don't happen. It's a Cathedral of the Deep that does, right?
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that
Backstabs
cordial
do
intrusion
way
plays
less
a
because
part
this thing
in
doesn't have a
this.
bonus crit
If I can
modifier
be of
like
help,
Rapier
by
does.
all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Also, yeah, you could use a non-split
should
damage
require
weapon
assistance,
with greater magic
use my
weapon,
sign.
which you did get,
Blessing of
right?
the moon upon...
I don't know. I don't think so.
Where am I
was-
putting my summon sign down?
I know.
I'm on my way to the really close bonfire.
I just
The one by the
dropped in to see
lizard?
how she's getting on.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of
If that's the
doddering
case, I think we
old
could do
degenerates?
Karthus and then
Couldn't be better.
Smoldering Lake, because those are basically just optional nothing areas. But mainly because there's a miracle there that I can...
Couldn't hope for better. She
Okay.
must fit in perfectly.
Whatever you want to do.
Well, I
You
see
know,
a
like-
sign here. Londor Pale Shade? The fuck are you?
I saw that too when I was
Was
there.
that the Londor Pale Shade
An
only...
NPC.
Did you get invaded?
No, it's a summon sign.
Oh yeah, the Londor Pale Shade is dependent on how you're doing with Uria's questline. If you pissed her off, it'll invade instead.
Teach you more sophisticated pyromancies.
So basically, if you remove the dark signs
I can
or dark
boast
I
sigils.
summoned
tutor
Omi,
a
so I
little
guess now I
longer.
use the finger.
Yeah, if you at any point remove the dark sigils, the Pale Shade will start invading you instead.
Well, he's
Beat you up for being
Wait,
an asshole.
no, I summoned Gandalf, not
do
Omi.
not be gone.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
your hat? Where's your crown?
Oh, and in
Don't
you
that
can keep
big.
us.
I don't know if I'm going to use it.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye. Oh, this
In exchange, I'll give you...
Speak thy desire.
Can you give people sunlight talismans?
Knowest thou of a
Give me all
maid
your
named
sunlight talismans.
Anri? She
really
is hollow,
doubt it.
and will join thee in wedlock. A fellow of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is
I
right,
dropped him, but I doubt they're
thou
there
mayst
for you.
make
They
thy
are.
salutation.
What a shame.
For what lord taketh no spouse? Our lord knows she of the fool, till we may live.
this lady here is offering me someone to be my wife.
Oh no.
Alright, I give you an extra heavy gem.
Okay.
Hey,
That show up here?
No.
where's my crestfallen buddy?
I guess they don't...
He sometimes moves.
He's not here at the moment.
Welcome. Very well, then taken.
It looked like he flinched from your hit and didn't take
Farewell, I
damage.
shall make
Yeah, there's a shockwave that can do that.
Does that do damage if you
Welcome.
actually hit with it?
Very well, then
It
taken.
might.
Farewell, I shall make.
How? Ashen one.
Man.
Welcome. Very well, then taken.
This is pretty long.
Farewell, I shall make.
Oh, so
already got another dude.
Yeah, we did. Maybe I shouldn't have used this when Omi wasn't here.
Wolf's Knight Greatsword or Farron Greatsword?
He's just mucking about while we're getting invaded by
Sorry!
the ghost of George Floyd that went and spoke to Irate Gamer in a dream.
Alright, are you still at the ruins?
Yeah.
Okay, coming.
No, we're at the one that's by the crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to do another one.
George Floyd's already back.
That's fucked up. And Gandalf's just sitting here in a ball.
Sometimes I like to curl up in a big ball and pretend I'm a hush puppy.
George Floyd's back now.
Ow.
He curled up into a ball.
Okay, signs down.
Poor George Floyd. You don't need help against this guy, right? Just show him your sick weapon.
What is it?
Many cuts.
I've never done this before. I don't think I can use it because it takes too long to come out. But I tried using it because you told me to.
I can't believe we've killed George Floyd twice, and I was the one that killed him both times.
I can't believe you,
I'm
Gandalf.
going straight to hell.
My side's right by the bonfire.
Where's famous ghost hunter Irate Gamer to help us? I wonder what he's doing now after you got cancels for that.
There we go. Ominous. We have to use the finger. Mike. I am not going to do damage to that crystal lizard. Maybe I need you guys to kill it for me.
You have that Heisel pick now. Your damage is about to explode.
True.
Oh, true. I'm about to become a corrupt police officer.
We got another.
Another what?
Oh, was that just you being summoned, Gandalf?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm outside now. In Dark Souls 1, that would have killed me after the riposte.
Titanite scales and great magic weapon.
Yeah, I went through the
Two
wall
scales.
here.
Is that enough to plus 2?
Oh, are you sure that's the weapon you want to use?
No.
Titanite scales are somewhat rare, and there is a Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah, from everything I've read about it, it's fucking terrible in this game.
It's alright.
Or at least it's the worst it's ever been in any game, and most people seem to think the fake one from 2 was still a better weapon than the one in this game.
They're just mad 'cause the projectile doesn't go that far.
George Floyd is back, Gandalf.
He sure is. I do seriously no damage. I should probably not use this.
He seems determined, though.
More like we're the only people that he can invade. What are some other stores of faith? I mean, really, you could just crystal magic weapon a different weapon.
They completely blocked me.
He's
Gandalf.
coming for you.
He's coming for you.
Are you invincible opening doors in this?
Yes.
He thought he made one last attempt at running through the doorway.
Using Beast Claws in early game Bloodborne? No, because until you get the sigil that buffs Beast Claws, they kind of suck. Oh, they can attack you through the fog gate.
I saw another dark spirit.
Oh right, you can parry and backstab this guy. Oh.
Oh. That went far.
Of course, since they never stop moving, getting the backstab is actually really hard. Hey, Syria only got the one invasion, and George Floyd just kept invading.
Oh fuck! What did I do? That has a long lingering hitbox.
I'm sorry, Spook.
Yeah. That was the first time he didn't just get stun locked to death.
It might be the location. Are you invading from close to where we are?
When he's doing like one of his little dashes, he does have super armor, so you can't stun him out of it.
But I bet you could parry him.
My sign's back down.
Dang, how did this guy get up? Oh, I almost did it.
Very good.
There we go. Enemy. Okay.
Did you get Gandalf too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder where that Sage's scroll was.
The mushrooms. I don't know how much clearer I can be. You know exactly where that is.
No.
Ran out of stamina on the last two.
Oh right, I should pick up my souls.
That's probably an idea. Dang, lightning. Lightning pissed him off.
Maybe sword I think is a very high stamina cost.
Oh, it is heavy.
Ow.
Okay. That's all for now. Next time, big fun in Skeleton Hell.
Oh, didn't you want to do it real quick?
It ain't a real quick kind of place.
Oh. Shouldn't we be going to the cathedral?
We could, but there's a miracle I want in the areas past here, and they just dead end anyways.
Oh. Okay. Alright then. Goodbye.